Today we are going to talk about triangle relationships. Angles of a triangle, we know that if we add up all three sides, the sum of all three angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. And using the information about the triangle, you can set up an equation, which is what we're going to be doing today, to determine any missing angle measurements. Over here by side and by angles, this is a review of knowing what types of triangles we're dealing with. So an equilateral triangle is a triangle that has three equal sides. And if there are three equal sides, then they're all equal angles. So these all equal each other. And in fact, an equilateral triangle's angle is exactly 60 degrees, always. Isosceles triangle has two equal sides, and again, if it has two equal sides, it has two equal angles. Scalene triangle has no equal sides, which is why you notice there are no lines on it because none of the sides are equal, and that's an indication of equal. And then we have by angles. So acute triangle has all three angles less than 90 degrees. A right triangle usually has a right angle box, letting you know that that is 90 degrees. And then, of course, your obtuse triangle is going to be an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. So here, classifying by angle and by side, we notice that this is a right angle, so that would be a right triangle. And then there are no tick marks on this at all. So that means that none of the sides are equal, which would give us scalene. Here we do have three tick marks, and they're all the same numbers. They all have one tick mark, which means all the sides are equal. And remember, when all sides are equal, all angles are equal. So this is an acute equilateral triangle. I want you to press pause and write down what kind of triangle number 3 is. Press play when you have finished. And you should have gotten that it's an obtuse because of this angle right here. It's an obtuse scalene triangle. So now we're actually going to solve. So we said the sum of a triangle's angles is 180 degrees. So when solving an angle for a triangle, we will always have 180 equals 180 degrees. When we have a right angle, that is always 90 degrees and indicated by that box. And then we don't know angle C, so we're going to write an X. And so we just add them up. 55 plus 90 plus X equals 180. So our first step is going to be to add these two numbers. And you should get 145 plus X equals 180. So now we're just solving our equation. This is a plus 45 or a positive 45. So we're going to 145. So we're going to subtract 145 from both sides and get that X is, we borrow here, 35 degrees. Let's do that again. Here we have two tick marks right here and right here, so that's telling me that those sides are equal. And remember, when our sides are equal, our angles are equal. So if that is 75 degrees, this also is 75 degrees, and then we don't know what angle D is. But we do know that all three angles in a triangle equal 180 degrees. So we have 75 plus 75 plus X equals 180 degrees. So again, your first step would be to add the two numbers together, which is 150 plus X equals 180. Then if this is a positive or plus 150, we're going to subtract 150 from both sides and get that X equals 30 degrees. Okay, I want you to set this problem up and solve and press play when you have finished. Okay, so you should have gotten equation 37 plus 81 plus x equals 180. If you did not, press pause right now and go ahead and finish, erase and finish on your own, and then press play when you have finished. If you did, then you get x equals 62. If you did not get that, but you got your equation right, then we must have an arithmetic error. Press pause and find your mistake, and then press play when you have found it. Okay, so here we have 3 tick marks, all indicating that each side is equal. Remember that if we have equal sides, then we have equal angles. Also, we need to write down that this is an equilateral triangle. The reason why we write this down on this particular problem when we haven't written down what we've noticed on the other ones is because that is our work. To be an equilateral triangle means that your x is 60 degrees because all angles in an equilateral triangle are 60 degrees. So that's all we have to do on that problem. And our last one, if we notice right here, our angle looks a little funny. So it's not a number and it's not just x, which means we've gone from a single step equation to a two-step equation. So here we have 119 degrees plus 43 degrees plus 2x equals 180. So it's set up the exact same way, but instead of x, we happen to have a 2x here. So therefore, we solve the exact same way, and we add these two numbers first. So we get 161 plus 2x equals 180. So then now we're relying on SAD MEP to know what to do. So this 161 is positive, so that means we're going to subtract. And 2x is multiplication, which means we are going to divide to solve. So press pause and then press play when you have finished solving. So here we get that x equals 8. And notice I didn't write the degree down because it's not 8 degrees, because this angle right here is not x, it's 2x. So if the question were to ask what is the value of x, bam, you're done, it is 8. If the question asks for the angle degree, then we would have to take x and plug it into what the angle says it is, which happens to be 2x, so that means 2 times 8. Okay, so I found a mistake. It should be 162, not 161. 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is 12, 6. So 162, therefore x equals 9. So if I were to plug 2 into x, that would be 9. And then 2 times 9 is 18 degrees. And so that would be our actual degree. If you have any questions, please make sure to make a note of it and ask in class tomorrow.